Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, I am here, and you are there. But we are together here and now to count down the top 10 hectares of HECTIME. What is hectare and HECTIME, you ask? Hectare is a thunderstorm that forms over the Tiwi Islands off the coast of the Northern Territory, Australia. It's best and most reliable in the afternoons of October, November, December, before the monsoon, and all of the time lapses in this countdown occurred in these months in 2016. Here's a simulation to show what's going on. The island heats up in the day, clouds develop, sea breezes converge to trigger thunderstorms in the unstable atmosphere across the region at this time of year. You'll find various videos here in the HECTIME playlist for more info, but for now, let's get down to the business, and the business concerns a whole bunch of time lapses I made during a rather odd phase in my life in Darwin. These are all from Nightcliff from this viewpoint. Before each time lapse, I'll show a weather balloon sounding from Darwin on the morning before the storm. Bear in mind this is some distance away, but sometimes it captures the general conditions at the time. But this is not school class. We're here to see some thunderstorms. So here we go. Let's get started with number 10. At number 10, we have the 27th of October 2016. Here's the sounding. Shows easterlies below 3,000 meters. Fairly weak winds through the middle troposphere might suggest a fairly vertical updraft, and up at anvil height around 15 kilometers we have some northeasterlies. So we might expect some movement of the higher clouds towards the camera, and then there are easterlies at the very top, which would mean the highest flat-topped anvil may move towards the left of the time lapse. At number 9, 7th of November 2016. This sounding is a bit more unstable. At Cape it has 2345 joules per kilogram, even in the morning. Winds are light down low, but above 4,000 meters, they are westerlies that increase to 40 knots around 10 kilometers and higher. So we should expect quite deep movement of the thunderstorm clouds towards the right in the time lapse. In fact, it looks like the deep westerly flow kinda causes some struggling of the storm, with only the strongest updrafts going all the way. At number 8, 27th of November 2016. This sounding is also deeply unstable. Are you sensing a theme here? The winds are light at the surface with a shallow slab of easterlies around 3,000 meters elevation. Then quite weak winds going all the way up to the top, where there are northerlies, which would suggest the anvil move towards the camera all the way up at the lofty tropopause heights of 16 kilometers, right at the top of the diagram. At number 7, the 1st of November. This is one of my favorites because this one is the only one not to have been triggered by a sea breeze convergence over the island, but rather it was triggered by an outflow boundary, it seems, that came north from thunderstorms inland. That the outflow boundary moved across the strait, then hit the island and triggered the thunderstorms. That's what it seems. This can be seen in the first time lapse to the Tiwi Islands. You can see the outflow boundary moving out and triggers the Hector thunderstorm in marginal conditions. That's what I think anyway. You can find a full video on the YouTube channel and in the HECTIME playlist. The sounding shows the Darwin instability, but I think instability was lower over the Tiwi Islands, hence it was kind of suppressing it. Upper level southwesterlies to westerlies would move the upper updraft towards the right and away from the camera, but the deepest convection to anvil level there are northerlies which should drag the highest level anvil clouds back towards the camera. See if you can spot this. At number 6, the 10th of November. Oof, look at that instability. Even in the morning sounding, it was at 3,321 joules per kilogram. No cap to hold it off though, and a marked division between lower tropospheric easterlies and upper tropospheric westerlies. So we can expect a bit of a tilt to the right in this one, with low-level clouds moving to the left and upper-level clouds moving to the right. But note the anvil level top of the diagram that winds are weak, so a vigorous updraft could throw clouds easily out in all directions that bumps against the tropopause. You might see a few seagulls in this one. As we enter the top 5, we've got the 4th of December and another storm that featured in another video. This one was used in the Guess the Tropopause video, well, because it just seemed to get deeper and deeper and deeper with each updraft until the final one filled the whole troposphere. Again, we've got lower tropospheric easterlies, while the upper tropospheric clouds should move to the right, and only the deepest, final, biggest and chunkiest updraft at the end is enough to reach those northerlies at the very top in the bitter cold above 15 kilometers altitude. By the way, temperatures in the final highest clouds are in the minus 80 to minus 90 Celsius range. At number 4, the 28th of October 2016. This sounding is a bit of a mess, some inversion, but it's actually not enough to even become warmer than the morning surface parcel. Still instability down low, so maybe more vigorous updrafts down low moving left in the easterlies, while at the top a bit of a westerly flow to move the upper level clouds a bit to the right. We're in the top 3, and at number 3 we got the 13th of November. This sounding has a bit of a cap down low where the winds are weak. Above that, we can expect the deep, higher updrafts to move a bit towards the right in the deep but not super strong westerly flow. But at the highest anvil heights, at the very top, the winds are northerly to light, so expect that anvil to move a bit towards the camera and out on all sides. We're down at number 2, and at number 2 we have the 2nd of November. This morning sounding from Darwin is actually one of the more stable, but still that postal curve with a bit of heating can go all the way up to 15 kilometers altitude or higher. In terms of the winds, deep lower level easterlies to move those low clouds to the left. Actually quite a solid slab, so you'll see those wafting lower clouds to the left quite significant, while upper level clouds moving in westerlies to northerlies. to move those upper clouds a bit right and the anvil a bit towards the camera. You made it, we made it to number 1, and at number 1 we have the 12th of December 2016. This was your top voted hectare and has been featured previously on this channel, and by other YouTube channels, by the way, without my consent, but that's another story. This one first blew up over Melville Island before a late, very vigorous updraft explodes over Bathurst Island, and it's that one that you'll see producing a Peleus-capped updraft and then mushrooming out. Peleus are like lens-like clouds you'll see as the updraft goes up. The sounding shows a bit of a cap down low, so perhaps this helped to hold off convections and build that instability. The dew point and temperature are close together at around 6,000 meters, where there may be even a slight inversion to help with forming the Peleus clouds. You'll find another video on this channel about predicting Peleus. It's pretty rough, but have a look if you like. The anvil mushrooms out, fighting against those upper level southerlies that are acting to move it away from the camera. And there you have it, folks, the top 10 hectares of HECTIME. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, then you may find other videos on this channel of interest. Hitting the like button and subscribing really helps to support this channel. To get the latest videos, don't forget to enable all notifications.